Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Assassin's Creed 3. Getting ready to finish up the story. Hey, you said you guys are going to be behind me, not ahead of me. I'm getting there first.
Moment of truth.
Yes. Come. Here, at last. You know our story now. Of how we tried. Of how we failed. All our hopes extinguished. Save one. Your touch. A spark. A spark to save the world.
Wait! Do not touch the pedestal.
Minerva?
You. But how? You left. You destroyed the device.
Did you think there was only one?
What the hell is going on here?
You must not free her.
Free her?
Juno dwells within these walls, awaiting release. I will explain. While we worked to save the world, she sought instead to conquer it. She used our machine to set her plans in motion. Divination through numbers. There is a pattern to existence. To comprehend the calculations is to tame time. This was my focus. And so I built the eye to aid us. But she turned it towards her own ends. When we discovered her treachery, we put a stop to it. And then we left. But first we called to you, that you might try again. We thought it would be safe with her gone. Now I see we were deceived. She survived, she endured, and then she began to work. For centuries, Tinia and I walked the world, hoping to rekindle the spark of civilization. We shared what we knew as best we could. We were not the only ones, but for all the power we wrought, still death would claim us. But before it did, I would have one last look to know if we had succeeded.
That's how you're here now?
I had hoped you might find this place and finish our work. But it is too late. You and the Templars have squabbled over our refuse. You have wasted centuries, and so you have lost your chance. You cannot hope to stop the end now, Desmond. Only to survive.
She's lying! Only touch the pedestal and the world will be saved.
Better the world burn than she be loosed upon it.
Is that so? Show him then.
But he will not understand. It is complicated. It is...
Show me.
If you heed Minerva, the sun will have its way. The ground will crack and spit fire into the skies. All the world will burn. But this does not end the world, merely heralds its arrival. Darkness follows. Then you emerge, resolving to lay a foundation that such a tragedy does not befall the world again. You will become a symbol to those who survive. Hope, knowledge, determination. You will inspire them to rebuild, to thrive once more. And as the world heals, so too will humanity. But you are just a man, frail and mortal. You pass from the world, leaving behind only a memory. A legacy. You will be remembered first as a hero, later as a legend, and in time, as a god. It is the cruelest fate, to have written words that meant well, and see them made wicked and unwise. What was meant to encourage life, used instead to justify taking it. And so now you see that what was shall be again. So tell me, how is this better? She would sacrifice you, sacrifice the world, for no other reason than to deny me vindication.
They will enslave your kind, Desmond. Is this not why you fight? Is this not why you came here? To ensure more than just your race's future, but its freedom?
What future? What freedom? Billions dead and the whole cycle begun anew? This world has known nothing but heartache and horror since we left it.
Our gift to them, and you'd see it all returned.
Enough!
You must not do this.
Whatever Juno's planning, however terrible it might seem today, we'll find a way to stop it. But the alternative, what you want, there's no hope there.
If you free her, you'll be destroyed.
It will happen in an instant. There will be no pain.
You mustn't.
It's done, Minerva. The decision's made.
Then the consequences of this mistake are yours to live and die with.
You need to go. All of you. Now. Get as far away from here as you can.
Come with us. We'll find another way.
There isn't time.
Son.
You know it's true. It's already started. I need to do this now. So go. Go!
It's some sort of global aurora borealis. Never seen anything like this before. Eyewitnesses describe electrical storms and erratic displays of unusual weather. Residents are being asked to remain inside and wait for geological surveys are now reporting seismic activity throughout the Ring of Fire. Northeastern Canada is said to be experiencing the largest on record. Satellites and transformers are failing as the flare increases in intensity. Worldwide reports of blackouts seems to be receding. Residual seismic and volcanic activity is being reported, but nothing approaching earlier levels. Obviously, it'll be a while before experts are able to assess the full extent of the damage caused by today's event. But it appears the worst is behind us. We'll be sure to bring you more as this story develops.
It is done. The world is saved. You played your part well, Desmond. But now it's time that I played mine.
Wow. Wasn't quite expecting what actually happened to happen. I did kind of think that one of them may have still been there. I think that's what they finally alluded to, was that by Desmond touching that was we set Juno free. I think that was Juno. I already forgot. I'm sorry. I'm a little scatterbrained lately. But man. So I wonder how they're going to work in that you can still get back into the Animus with Desmond dead. Or maybe that's it. Maybe I just go back to before this happens and I get to like redo the ending if I wanted to. I don't know. I'm speculating, throwing around a bunch of different ideas. Overall, I enjoyed this game. They made a lot of improvements. Combat was a beast to get hold of, but once you figured it out, it was pretty cool. It still wasn't quite there on the level of, say, something like the Batman series, like Arkham City. I thought combat was pretty good in that, and it flowed pretty well. It was pretty easy to get hold of. This one built off of the Assassin's Creed type of battle, which is understandable, but it took a little bit to get the hang of. But once you did get the hang of it, it was pretty easy and you were almost unstoppable. In some ways that was a little disappointing, but they did throw different character archetypes at you where you had to approach combat with them differently. Like the officers and the Jaegers, you had to perform like either I think breaking defense or a disarm on them in order to actually fight them. Otherwise they would decimate every single one of your moves. When you came across the Grenadiers, I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's my attempt. I think you had to do something different. You had to break their defense or something, but you couldn't try to disarm them because it didn't work. And then you had the other guys. I don't know what their type name was, but they had a dagger, and they would do a lot of rolls over you, and the only way you could fight them was to do a disarm, but it had to be timed just right. I don't know. Overall, it's a fun game. Like I said, I like a lot of the changes that they made. Naval combat, the addition of that was fantastic. I like the addition of weather. While on paper or just saying the idea may seem like no big deal, actually seeing it in game and experience it, it was pretty cool. You don't see that in a lot of games. I hate to reference this, but I played it for so long. World of Warcraft, when they added in weather, that was a pretty amazing change in my opinion. It made the world feel much more alive, but I don't play that anymore. Moved on to other things. Mostly consoles, though I do play a bunch of PC games, like Supreme Commander. I'm all over the place right now, and I know that, but Supreme Commander is a fun, massive scale, real-time strategy game. I may do some recordings of skirmishes. I'm still getting the hang of it. I suck at it. It's all a matter of learning the best way to play the early game. If you screw up your early game, you screw up the rest of the game. And I'm just about to the point where I can beat easy AI all the time. It took me a while to get there, as sad as that sounds. I'm one of those people that like to do a tech rush, build up tech levels as fast as possible, but don't build any defenses or any of that crap while doing that, and that's always been my downfall. But I may be doing some videos of that, maybe. But most definitely, Hitman Absolution. I will be recording that next week. There are already some people out there who have been doing some LPs of it, some walkthroughs. And to a certain degree, I've been watching some of them just for curiosity's sake. So I've seen maybe the first 2 levels of the game. And already I can tell that the majority of people out there, their playstyle is very different from the way that I'll be playing the game. I feel like the music's drowning me out. Probably is. I mean, if it sounds to me like it's drowning me out, I think to you guys it'll really be drowning me out. But some of these LPs of Hitman that I've been seeing, they tend to be a lot more aggressive. They kill anything and everything that's in their way. And while I do that to a certain degree, I like trying to be stealthy. And if I can... Let me backtrack a little bit. One thing that I've been considering doing is releasing 2 videos for every level. That's what I'm considering. Or maybe doing 2 playthroughs. One of them being stealth approach where I only go for my target, and the other one being more upfront, being more of a silly playthrough where I take the most absurd route to kill the guy. Like, say there's a guy in the middle of town in a pagoda or something, I could just walk up to him and shoot him in the middle of the crowd, and it would cause all sorts of mass panic. But you can do it. And if you can manage to do it and get away, you'll have a crappy score. But it's not that big of a deal. So that's one thing I'm considering doing. I don't know. We'll see how I end up playing that game when I get my hands on it. I'm planning on going to the midnight release. We'll see though, because I do work a double over the weekend. Actually 2 doubles, but it's about the equivalent of it. So I'll be working like 32 hours over a 48-hour period, and I'm going to be simply exhausted. And then that night the game comes out. So I don't know. Just a second, I'm dying. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, we'll see. I will begin recording and uploading gameplay as soon as I can of Hitman. My throat is burning. I'm not sure why. take a small drink, and that should help. But yeah, there is another game coming out beginning of December. It's Far Cry 3. I will be picking that up because I've already pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it way back when they were still planning on releasing it in September. If I could, I would like to play through that game as 4-player co-op, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. First of all, I don't know anyone that will actually be purchasing the game, let alone purchasing the game on release date. And then you have to worry about everyone's schedule, getting together and being able to play together. So, I don't know. I think most likely I'm going to end up doing solo play, but I'm going to wait until Hitman is done before I start recording Far Cry 3. I've never really finished a Far Cry game before. When the first Far Cry came out, my computer was not able to handle it. And then when Far Cry 2 came out, I played it for a little bit, but there was something about it that really frustrated me. I think it was the sandbox nature of it. I didn't like it at the time. It was something pretty new to me. Either that or I ended up getting caught up in some of the little mundane things you can do. I don't know. Sort of like with Red Dead Redemption. I never finished that game storyline because I got stuck and I ended up just hunting and hunting and hunting and hunting. That was all I did. But I don't know. And I've got several, just a second, several PS3 games over here that I haven't played before that I've been wanting to do LPs of, but there's been so many games releasing. It's hard to find time to play everything. I do play a lot of this stuff, but some of my games that I would like to do LPs of, I mention them, and then I end up not actually doing an LP of it because it's something I have to find time to play, and I end up playing a lot of it off camera when I'm unable to record. So, I don't know. We'll see. And I apologize, my commentary now during the ending of this, during the credits and everything, has been all over the place. Tried turning down the music again. I really don't like how the music goes up and down in volume a whole bunch during these end credits. It makes it really difficult to talk over it. And then by the time I think about it, it's already too late. The music has gone down in volume again. So, my luck, even though I could hear myself, you guys won't be able to hear anything. And that would suck. I don't know why I sit here and show all the credits. I like it, even though I don't remember any of the names on here, really. I just like going through and seeing credits. It's always been that way. Like when I'm in a theater, which hasn't happened for a while. I haven't been to a movie in a long time. But when I'm in a theater, I'm one of the few people who actually stay seated and watch the credits, and it irritates the heck out of me. Most people I go with, they're like, "Oh, the movie's over, get up and go." I end up being one of those ones that's there until the final credit rolls, house lights have come up, and we've got people already sweeping the floors, getting ready for the next showing. But That's how you see a lot of these hidden endings or additional content stuff. I think that's cool. You especially need to do that with the Marvel movies, like the Amazing Spider-Man, the Avengers, Captain America, X-Men, all of those. They all have some little hidden thing in their videos that either roll at the end of the credits or midway through the credits. Like they'll show some credits and then they'll have a little video and then the real credits will play. That's one reason I watch a lot of credits. I also like movies like some of the Pixar movies. They do outtakes during the credits, and I enjoy watching that. But also, there's always one or two actors that you want to know who the heck was that person, because maybe they did a really good job, maybe they were an interesting person, who knows, maybe they were a hot actress, I don't know, but for whatever reason, you want to know who the heck it was. There's a lot of credits, but it looks like we're getting to the end of it. Starting to see Havoc more and more. If I remember, Havoc is a physics program. It deals almost exclusively with how objects act and react in the world when given physical properties. I may be wrong. No good deed goes unpunished. So let's see what happens if it magically dumps me back into the Animus or what. Wow, that was interesting. I just want to see if I can pick up this tomahawk, or if it's disappeared. Yeah. I was expecting it to disappear, which it did. I am glad that they ended that. He took his war paint off, he removed the tomahawk from the post. The war is officially over. I have no idea how we're back in the Animus again. Maybe Desmond's not dead. Maybe they triggered some sort of bleeding effect. Maybe he's dying and as he's dying, he's back in the Animus, or not actually in the Animus, but he had the bleeding effect triggered. You know what I mean? I have no idea. And I don't think they'll ever explain it, why you're able to explore. Anyways, I've been rambling for way too long, and I'm sorry about that. Thank you, everyone who stayed long enough to see this part. I will release a couple more parts, or however many it takes to get all the Homestead people recruited. I saw that there was a trophy for that, and it's a trophy I still haven't gotten. So apparently there's somebody, or maybe multiple somebodies, that I haven't recruited yet. Anyways, that'll be it for this part. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this LP. Please feel free to check out some of my other LPs. I've got a lot of content up, and hopefully you'll be able to find something that you like. I'll see you all later. Bye.